So the shipment we're looking for is from Cameroon.
So this is it?
Yeah, these are the handicrafts. So let's ask somebody to go ahead and bring it over to the inspection site just so we can take a better look at it. We're gonna be taking a look at this shipment that's coming from Cameroon, and it says that it's local handicrafts. We look at handicrafts because we gotta make sure that if they're made out of some kind of a wood, we're not bringing in wood-boring pests that are harmful to the U.S. agriculture.
How many
All right.
pieces?
It says it's 6 total. Let's take a look. Huh. Wow. Look at that, it looks like a face. This is definitely not wood.
Looks ancient.
They're importing a sculpture. We got some dirt in here. Look at that. That's some grass too.
This was on the ground for a long time. You can tell with the
Yeah.
soil that it has.
Look
Full
at
of
that.
dirt.
I wouldn't consider this a handicraft. I would consider this something completely out of that realm. It's a sculpture. They have the actual dirt still falling off from there. So you can tell that it was somewhere for a very, very, very long time. It was dug out right from the dirt. If it came in legally or not, we don't know. We just want to make sure what it is first so we can make that final assessment. So let's find the other pieces.
Another one.
This is an even bigger piece. Well, what do you think they're from? Definitely have to call somebody on these things. Lift this one up so we can get pictures.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Looks from like
No.
Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah,
Right?
kind of, yeah.
The sculptures all follow very similar patterns. So it seems like one person made this or the same group of people made it. Do they look like the same kind of rock?
Yeah, same material. I don't know what kind of rock.
Neither do I. Since it no longer has any materials related to agriculture, I have to refer it off to the inbound team to see what further action might be needed.
Hey, officers.
Hey, how are you? So these are a couple
Oh,
of the
my.
sculptures that we found.
This is awesome. So I'm with the inbound enforcement team. We're a specialized unit that responds to either artwork, artifacts, any type of item that might have cultural significance. I suspect they're monoliths. If it was new, the lines would be sharper. We'd probably see tool marks. But in this case, there aren't any, and the fact that it's still covered in soil, we're thinking they're authentic artifacts. This seems like a misrepresentation. They said they're $100 each. Based on other items we've seen, that's not an accurate price. We could see the line where it was buried in the soil.
And people bring this into the country because they
No,
send it
this-
as handicraft, you know, like.
The paperwork says it's a certificate of origin from Cameroon. We'd have to contact the Cameroonian government, see if this is legitimate, and make certain it's not falsified. This could possibly be a black market. If it does belong to Cameroon, the patrimony, I would highly doubt they would allow these items to be taken out of the country. And now we're going to contact the subject matter expert. I got that funny feeling it will be significant, but that'll be yet to be determined. Hey, Doug. I'm one of the seizing officers. When we saw these stones, we knew something was up. And on top of that, we did determine the export documents from Cameroon were fraudulent and false. Can you please tell us what your findings were and your analysis of when you saw the stones?
My immediate reaction was joy. And the joy is that your officers intercepted them before they got into the art market. These figures are Akwanshi monoliths. Based on archaeological estimates, we know that they were being carved as early as 300 BC. They were carved to celebrate the ancestors. And in fact, the name Akwanshi means ancestors in the ground. In times of crisis or during the annual festivals, people will go and make prayers. Pictures tell stories that will allow me to pinpoint where they will have come from. Cameroon and Nigeria, they share a border. But as soon as I saw the object, there was no doubt where it came from. The Cross River State in Nigeria. These are not objects that belong to an individual. They belong to a community.
Correct.
Antiquities like this do not leave the country. When these kind of things are removed, it is not just the history of that country that is being lost, but it is also depriving the descendants of these people the opportunity to continue their way of life.
Wow. I just can't thank you enough. I'm almost getting emotional here based on the history and the significance of them. Hopefully they'll end up where they belong.
Thank you.
Dr. Agandiran emphatically stated that these items are not for sale. They're not supposed to be exported from Nigeria. So there was no reason for those items to have even made it into the U.S. Dr. Agandiran did confirm all of our suspicions. They are authentic. These items are ancient. They are part of a Nigerian tribal religious ceremonies. We have something extremely significant.
Amazing to me that they're in this good of condition.
Akwanshi are one of a kind.
Priceless. And they are going to an individual here.
Yes,
Right?
it seems to be going to a private entity.
Okay, the countries are going to want these back. We'll start the seizure, reach out to HSI. Hopefully we can get these home.
We'll put the package together, the photos.
Yeah.
We will contact HSI. My hope is that these items will be returned to Nigeria. Had our agriculture colleagues not have inspected these items, they would have gone to the owner that illegally purchased them, and we would not have seen them ever again. I've been doing this work with antiquities for at least 12 years now. This definitely is the highlight of my career. The significance of them is beyond exciting for me.